Number 174, HorseGym with boots. Balancera clip 2 of 2. We've got 2 rails on the ground with a barrier in front. We walk to the barrier, click and treat. Using the hand signal to back up and click and treat. Now for the beginnings of the Balancera again. Walk in and back up before the click and treat. And we can generalize that idea to different places. Start with the click and treat for approach to a new barrier, as well as click and treat for the backing up. We're still using a barrier in front of the horse and on the far side of the horse. When it feels right, ask for both the walk-on and the back-up before the click and treat, which is the Balancera. We usually step across this obstacle. Eventually, ask for both the forward and back most of the time. Without having to put in the extra click and treat as you walk forward. That looked pretty good. When it all feels smooth, use a barrier in front but not on the far side of the horse. The horse may veer the hind end due to one hind leg pushing off more strongly. Another different spot. Note how she veers her hind end to the right. This is due to natural asymmetry. Her left hind leg pushes off more strongly. Doing lots of work between 2 rails helps the horse learn to correct himself. Being on her right side lets me use my energy to keep her more straight. We're using rails as our barrier here. Usually we walk over rails, and I'm gradually asking for a few more steps back. Now we can remove the barrier in front altogether, and we return to click and treat for the halt from walking forward. We go back a step. Then we ask for the back up and click and treat that. I'm asking for only a few steps because I have changed something. I've changed a criterion. Change equals lower the criteria, which is the same as increasing the rate of reinforcement. So this was our first Balancera without a barrier in front. Repeat with only 1 rail on the far side of the horse. It's another change, so I click and treat for halt from forward and halt from back up. Oops, she needs to sneeze. This is a slice to revisit often to help the horse stay straighter in the back up. Work between 2 rails or 1 on the horse's far side. 10 smooth steps back might be your aim. You work toward it gradually. Now we've got a fence and barrels rather than a rail on the far side. New spot. Again, I've lowered the criterion and given her a click and treat for the halt forward. And then asking her to back up with a click and treat after that. Once that's established, I could then move on to click and treat just once after the back up, which is the basis of the Balancera movement. So another position, another situation is a little hill here. Note the veer to the right. It's not huge, but you can see it's definitely there. And when everything feels right, play at liberty. Start again with the barrier in front and on the horse's far side. Usually she's asked to walk across these, so she wasn't sure if I was going to ask her to back up, but she did that nicely. Now we've got no rope and we're working in open spaces. You can see that pause between the forward and the coming back. When I'm on her left, veering right is more obvious. You can see that she's definitely heading toward the right with her bum there. When I'm on her right side, she tends to be a little bit straighter rather than veer into me. And this time she's actually nice and straight, even though I'm on her left. That was really nice. Finally, we build repeats. For example, 4 steps, 3 steps, 1 step forward and back before the click and treat. In case you'd like to contact me, and be sure to visit the site if you want more information.